Greetings, namaste. This is Adeon from lightworkers.org, and I'm pretty excited about what we're about to go through and what I'm about to share with you. This is some information that I received quite a few years ago and I've been applying and practicing myself. And in recent months, through doing this practice and during my time doing this practice, I've received some insights about sharing it with you guys, sharing it with the viewers and the Lightworkers community. Now, essentially what this is here is all about the Merkabah, the light spirit body. So it is the Merkabah vehicle, the light body, and this here is a meditative, energetic practice that I've been doing for quite a number of years, and I would like to share that with you now. And so, a little bit of background. The Merkabah has been pretty heavily promoted over the last few years through, say, people like Drunvalo Melchizedek, and it's been in the Kabbalistic tradition for centuries, since its inception. It's been part of the ancient Egyptian traditions of having the various bodies through which we can use to travel through the Duat or through into the heavenly realms at the point of death. And it can also be used in the living everyday life, in the physical, combining astral projection and these sorts of things, all of which I've experienced myself working with this particular practice. I received it during a out-of-body initiation with 4 of my guides from the Melchizedekian priesthood, from that lineage. And so I can see the similarities and the crossover that you may see with like Drunvalo Melchizedek's work, who also received this sort of information. It's funny, at the same time as this information was coming through for me and coming through for Drunvalo, there was another beautiful old man in Canada by the name of David Hamill. And when I was doing my research into looking at this as a meditative practice and seeing who else in the world at that time was receiving this sort of information, I came across his work, and his testimony was that he also received this information from light beings, and he understood it to be a physical blueprint for a flying saucer, for a UFO, to construct a UFO. The information he received was that he was to build this vehicle which would enable humanity to transcend the planet and leave the planet in the coming decades. So, put 2 and 2 together, it is essentially a technology for doing exactly that, but perhaps not in the way that David Hamill interpreted it. But just an interesting bit of information there to share. And if you do some research on that gentleman's name, I'm sure you'll find his information back from, it would have been early 2000s, or late 90s. But see what you can find, something to look up about. So, my understanding, and this is what I'd like to share with you, what comprises of the light body is essentially the combination of 7 different aspects of ourselves, 7 different bodies combined in harmonic alignment. And then you also have the energetic connectivity to God consciousness, to unity consciousness. This is represented in 2 streams of energy from the atomic, the earth electron, which I represent and see as the color silver in my meditative process, and also the atomic photon, the light star gold, the star body. Okay, now in between here we have, well, as you can see, the 7-tier chakra system. Now, from what I've learned and what I've been working with is that each of these chakras represent an energy flow, incoming and outgoing energy flow, which are all connected, as we know. But these 7 different chakras represent 7 different bodies. So we have starting with Muladhara, we have our physical body. We have that represents our flesh, our bone, our DNA, our chemistry, and that's our base chakra. That's represented by the red color. That is our physical form as we know it. It's that physical form, it's that through that energy center that connects us into the atomic energetic structure of the earth, which actually locks us into this dimensional reality. It keys our physical being and our DNA into this particular dimension which we share with the rest of the planet. As we move up into our meridian body, as described in traditional Chinese medicine and Qigong and Tai Chi, we have our energy body, and that's centered in the dantian, the lower dantian, and that's the sacral chakra, and that's represented by the color orange. Now it's this body, this is like it is essentially our energetic body, our chi body, our life force body, our meridian body. That is a body unto itself. It is a body of energy, and it can be seen and experienced in various ways. It projects our aura that can be visually seen using technology, Kirlian photography, and these sorts of things. And all living life forms have this kind of makeup that we're going through here. This is like the rainbow bridge that we're building. As we come up into Manipura, into this solar plexus, this is the seat of our ego. This is our mental body. This is where this is like the lower consciousness of the higher self, which we'll get to. This is the everyday conscious self. This is our outward expression in this incarnation into the world. So I like to call that like the seat of the ego. And in my understanding and my experience, the ego is not a bad thing. It's a child of consciousness and should be loved and treated and respected in that way. It is a child. It is a child of the divine, and it is a creation that we use to interface and express ourselves in the world as a divine being, as a being of however we choose to express ourselves. It comes from our mental body. It comes from our thoughts, our concepts, our belief systems, our constructs, and so forth. This again is a body unto itself. You can mentally project things like remote viewing and these sorts of things. The transference of that mental consciousness out into the physical world, into some other location. It is similar to astral projection, but it is different. It is a different school of thought, literally, and it is a different process involved in that, working with the mental body. But it is a mental conscious body unto itself, and it's part of you, it's part of me, it's part of all of us. And then of course we go into Anahata, into the heart, into the beautiful, beautiful green heart of the body, the emotional body. And this is the seat of our love and the seat of our feelings and all the energy associated with our emotional being and our emotional makeup. Again, it's a body unto itself. We all have one. It is also the realm of the pain body that Eckhart Tolle talks about, can be contained within this energy field, and as well as our Christ body, our Christ consciousness, our love body, our unconditional expressive love, where we are just an outpouring flow of emotions. Now this is also, our heart center is also the union and the center point of our being. All right, it all comes together in the heart. It all comes together within the space and the womb of love, which again, I'll get to shortly. As we move up into Visuddha, into the soul, into the throat, this is the color blue, and this is our soul body. This is our celestial heavenly body. This is what moves us through the transition of life and death and carry us through the karmic cycles, carries us through those gateways. Again, it is a spirit body, and it is part of us. It is integrated as part of us and makes up the fifth body on the chakra matrix, on the rainbow bridge. Now moving forward again, well, I'll just on that note, the soul is also the seat of our word and our truth and our that which we are projecting into the world from a point of creation. A bit difficult to explain right now, as this is just a snapshot of how the soul works through the throat and through Visuddha, but it is essentially the power of command. It is the power of our spirit and our spiritual presence on the planet. As we move up into ajna, into the third eye. This represents our astral dream body. It is represented by the color indigo, and it is our dreamtime body. It is literally our astral body when we astrally project, when we dream, when we lucid dream. We have a form, we have a point of consciousness within the dream world, and this is represented by ajna. This is our sixth body. And pretty clear cut, that one. Most people have some kind of experience with lucid dreaming, some kind of experience with astral projection, and understand that in that form we have, in that space, we have a form and we have a consciousness, and that's where it comes through. Now this is also key and critical in higher forms of tantra, in magic, of projecting through that space. Most people believe that, the third eye is used to see divine energies and to see high dimensional energies, which is partially true, but what it is also doing is also a projector of vision. Okay, when you are in the dream space, it is your astral body that is almost creating the reality around you. It's a fluid, free flow form of energy, thought into manifestation. And in the physical world, in our day-to-day lives, that which we visualize and we hold true and we keep centered upon as a visionary practice is the way we channel energy into creation. And through tantric union and divine union, when we integrate those energies together as a group or with a partner, that's when we start to get higher forms of tantra. When you combine the masculine feminine energies and work this tree, work the rainbow bridge up into that higher tantric practice, when those energies and those visions align, and then that's when you have, beyond the creation of life, on the lower levels, you have the creation of reality. So again, another topic which I'll go into perhaps in another blog when we start talking about magic and these higher forms of tantra. The seventh body is the higher self, represented by the crown chakra, our divine uplink. It is represented by the color violet, and to me it best represents our higher self, the self that exists outside of time and space and is in unity consciousness with Great Spirit, with that power some call God. So it is like our God self. It is a part of us that exists eternally in the mind of Great Spirit and in union with Great Spirit. Again, it's part of us, and it is through that channel, through that crown, that we get our divine insights, we get our gnosis, we get our purpose of being, we get our energetic blueprint, which feeds into our DNA, which creates life in physical form and drives us and sustains us. So there we have the 7 tiers, and at the top of the chart there you'll see the atomic photon star being, star body. So these are the 2 energy forms which basically, again, that we are part of. In you could say in Hindu terms, that's like the Brahma, that's like the Atum Ra of the base of the pyramid, just the very essence of creation, of which we are formed, of which we are part of, and we have a connection to. So all up, what we have here are 9 steps, 9 parts of being, all of which are part of us, all of which we are connected to, because it is us. It is us. So how this ties into the Merkabah, into the light body spirit, is that what we're going to do, what this practice does, is it takes us through step by step a 4-breath activation on each of these energy points within our being. We spiral through them. I've got a little diagram here which I drew, starting at the earth. So we visualize an energy center beneath us, connected into the earth. We can visualize that with color, we can feel into it, but essentially as we breathe in, we are breathing in and we're expanding that energy center, and as we push out and we release the energy, we let that energy condense, and we breathe in and we draw more and more energy in, and we condense it and condense it. Basically we're just cultivating this energy into our earth chakra. Let's just call it that for want of a better word. That's the way I best describe it. And then we spiral around and we come up to our star body, our atomic gold photon light body. Now this is just part of the light body. We're going to get to the full light body activation shortly. But we do the same thing. We bring our focus, our energy up outside of our physical form, and we just visualize and feel these 4 pulsing breaths as we breathe in and out 4 times. Now, the way to track this, and the best way to do it that I found, is working with the mudras. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go through. So we give 1 breath in and out to each mudra on each of these steps as we go through this spiral. We do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out for each tier as we spiral around. So starting at the earth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 mudras. To the star, 1, 2, 3, 4 mudras. And then we come back down to the base. Again, 4 breaths in, breathing energy into that base chakra. We're potentializing it. So what we're doing is we're creating polarity. We're creating polarity, which is wanting the energy of the earth as that builds up, and the energy of the sky as that builds up, as earth and star, opposite polarities, electron, photon, wanting to come together. Okay, it's like building up a lightning bolt. That's actually what we're doing. So we're supercharging our system by doing this practice. And we bring that down, we spiral down. As I said, this is just a 36 breath process because we're going 4 breaths through 9 chakras. Okay, spiraling down to the base, again 4 breaths here, coming up to the crown, 4 breaths here, coming down to the sacral, 4 breaths here, up to Ajna, 4 breaths, down to Manipura, 4 breaths, 4 breaths in Visuddha, and 4 breaths into the heart. So we've completed this cycle, 36 breaths, boom, 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 all the way in. Then what we do is we start the process almost in reverse. We drop down again, start the next 4 breaths in the heart. So we've done 4 breaths in the heart, we do another 4 breaths in the heart, starting the next cycle. 4 breaths in, always focusing in a space of unconditional love as much as you can, feeling that presence of love within your heart. And then after the first 4 breaths, 1, 2, 3, 4, we drop down into the ego, into the solar mental body right here. Okay, into Manipura. Again, 4 breaths in, and then we spin around. 4 breaths in and out, and around, 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 4 breaths in and out, down to earth, 4 breaths in and out, and we finish in the stars, 4 breaths in and out. So we began in the earth, we finish in the stars, and we've created this cycle. We've created this spiral of energy through our chakra systems, potentializing them, each one inwards, and each one outward. Okay, so now our whole system is energized, which is exactly what we want. For the next step is where we integrate the bodies into one. So the way to do this is we start within the heart, again back to the heart. We've completed 36 here, 36 breaths here. The next 36 goes back into the heart. The first 4 focused on the heart. The next 4, we drop down into the physical, into the ego, and we pull that into the heart. Okay, so what we're doing is we're shifting the center of these energy bodies into our heart space. 4 breaths here, 4 breaths here, drawing them in. 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 4 breaths here, drawing it in, and then drawing it in. So we bring all of those together. Boom. So now we have centered all of our chakras, all of our energy centers in alignment in the heart space. Now, what you will see and experience perhaps on an energetic level is that you're going to have these great big energy flows spiraling around you, spiraling up from the earth, spiraling down from the heavens. Right? These two lock into place in the yin yang, in the eternal dance, in the Merkabah, in the heart of hearts. Okay, this is where it all takes place. This is the union of Shiva and Shakti, the two energies coming together in a big cosmic bang, a big love bubble right here. Okay, so we've done 36 breaths to bring this integration into place. Now what we do, we have another 36 breaths totally focused on emanating and radiating this form out through all our physical body, outwards, all around us into a beautiful, beautiful energetic mandala. Okay, however that appears, to me it's this radiant light, and you'll feel it pulsating through your whole body, every atom, every cell, every part and fiber of your being, feeling this with every breath, taking these deep breaths in, again, through the mudras, 4 breaths in, bang, bang, and you do that 9 times. So you do 36 breaths, just focus on the heart. Try to remain conscious, try to remain focused. Thoughts may come in, visions may come in, you may experience all kind of sensations. Just keep that focus, work through it, and once you complete that final cycle, then you have basically activated and tapped in to your unity consciousness. You are experiencing the feeling and the sense of your light body. All right, in this space, many trippy things can happen. I'll leave that up to you. I've had many amazing experiences through doing this practice, and I look forward to hearing whatever you have to share. Definitely would love to hear some feedback on people's experiences. So feel free to contact me through Lightworkers or through YouTube, whatever works for you, or through the email. And yeah, let me know how you go. On a note on that, that's pretty much the practice in its complete state. Okay, from there, once you complete the 144 breaths, then from there on, it's like free form, just go into relax mode and, you know, see where the experience takes you. As a pre-setup to doing these sorts of practices, I usually will create a sacred space before I begin. It can be done lying down, it can be done sitting up. I used to do this practice pretty much daily for 9 months, combined with sun gazing and qigong and Kabbalistic invocations, which was an absolutely amazing experience quite a few years ago. And then after doing that, I just went into basically just doing it almost automatically every morning, and quite often in the evening, just laying down in bed as a prelude to waking and as a prelude to sleeping. And what I would do would be to start with creating a sacred space around you. Is just a matter of bringing your awareness and bringing your attention to your energy field, to the space around you. Nice for me, I work with the 4 cardinals, so the 4 cardinal angels of Raphael before me, Gabriel behind me, Michael, Archangel Michael on my right, Uriel on my left. These are the traditional archangels, and I've worked with them significantly through my Kabbalistic studies. And then also these energies then hold the gateway of my mandala, of my energy space. They hold the energy coming in from the outside, and they also hold the energy that I project out into the world as well. To me, they're always present, they're always with me. All I'm doing is bringing my awareness to them when I set this space. So even if I just need to drop into a meditation, or just in my day-to-day life, you know, I know that they're always there, they're always present with me, holding that field and holding that, maintaining the gates of my energetic field. I then also have, because I've worked significantly with the Melchizedekian order, I work with Yeshua, Jesus Christ, also who supports Raphael, Magdalene, who supports Gabriel behind me. I have Mary, and I have Melchizedek, Mary being the mother of Christ, and then Melchizedek, the original King of Salem, high priestess, Thoth from ancient Egypt. So I have these 8, in a sense, energetic deities that I work with. I call them deities, but to me they're mirrors of myself in many ways. They are all part of us. They're all part of. We're all part of each other. We're all connected in that way, and they just have the intent and the energetic permission to hold that energy of what comes in and what goes out. Very important as well of what you put out into the world. I give them full permission. I give my divine higher self full permission to edit, modify, and reflect anything that I am putting out that isn't in accordance with divine will. So on that note, that pretty much sums it up. A good way to set your energetic space beforehand, once you do it enough times, and just make it a subconscious, automatic. Bring your awareness to it, give thanks and gratitude, and you can begin your practice in that way. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's, as I said, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful practice, and needs to be done, needs to be experienced to fully understand it. I know it's a little bit technical, but once you do it the first time, it's pretty straightforward. I will have this in a guided meditation form as well through Lightworkers and through the online workshop, which I'll be releasing shortly. So stay tuned to that. And again, as I said earlier, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, and love your feedback. So look forward to hearing from you all. Namaste. This is Adeon out. Lots and lots of love. Have an awesome day, night, evening, wherever you may be in the world. Cheers. Take care. Bye.